Today, I share highlights from our grand adventure at the farm this past weekend, November 15th through 17, 2024. Friday night, a sunset and the fire pit. The next morning, we got to watch a full moon set over the 40-acre fields, and I got it from many different perspectives. Zoomed in, zoomed out, different ISOs, you name it. I tried it. Then I went looking the other direction for the sunrise, through the back where a new clear cutting has changed the landscape. There's a frog under that there oak leaf. Newsom says those trees back there were planted in 1992. There used to be a grassy riding trail that separated the farmhouse property from the planted pines. I noticed a lot of beauty berries coming up there. This is the dirty girl before the swamp. Lots of bulldozing has been going on. Near the hunter's camp, Chesney and I hopped out to investigate an old home that had fallen to the ground. We found some relics of interest, and I took some pictures of the damage that surrounded us. Traveling down Bada's Road, we saw huge root balls, trees leaning on one another. Some collectible oak and sycamore limbs, and of course some lichen-laden limbs for my big backyard. The maples and the sweet gums were laden with purple, maroon to yellow leaves. Our dirty girl side by side served us well on our grand adventure. There were a couple of times where we had to stop and turn around and find a reroute, but documenting damage was our purpose, and I'm always trying to capture a perfect fall lane picture. Then we spotted a fella up high waving us in to his property. That's Wayne Anderson and his dog, and all his other dogs. Coon dogs and hounds, and a fish pond lined with moss and filled with brim and bass. We shared some stories and some people we have in common, and we were off to discover hydraulic seating in the John Deere tractor. Go figure. We saw a few late-season pollinators and more clear cutting. I collected some seeds from a hairy cluster vine. Wayne Anderson had a bunch around his pond. Back at the farmhouse, we got down the last big oak limb. All three of them sawed it up, and I got to select some stumps. The next morning, more moonsets over the 40-acre field. Always striving to better my 2020 pictures of the 40-acre field. Here's that original picture I took in 2020. I used the watercolor setting to turn it into this. There's a nice layer of fog settling over. A good-looking long leaf. Then Grant took us for a ride in the dirty girl. Upon closer inspection, they are turkey vultures. They have red heads. Over the bridge to the swamp, the Ogeechee River. Oops, I missed the turtles sunning on the log. Bonsai, bamboo, and palmettos. Until... Dum dum dum. A big old smilax vine.
That's loving enough, by the way. Here we go. Yeah, well,
Hold on to your thing.
drop your socks and grab your Crocs.
Okay, here we go.
No, it's just a... Oh, no.
Exhaust.
Oh my goodness.
I can't see it.
That looks like a lot of water.
That looks like...
Should we stop and look?
Yeah, let's make
Yeah,
sure
let's-
the engine's okay.
Oh, it's just steam from the exhaust. It's fine.
It
Smelling
smells.
isn't a sauna.
That's because the water smells.
A stinky sauna.
No, it smells like burning rubber. I spotted some wild ginger while they were deliberating over the next big puddle. The seasoned four-wheelers determined not to tackle the next puddle, which meant we had to turn around and go back through that one, which we did successfully.
All right, well, let's do it again.
All right.
Look how much water I've gotten in here.
And we're smoking back here.
We're on fire.
Oh, well, that's what it's for, I suppose. Here we stumbled on another roadblock down to the river and found a tree we've hugged many times before. As we continued to document damage, we also determined that there was fat lighter in them thar woods. We found some root bulbs that we had to open up, and I had to mimic Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. And this is where we got our fat lighter feet wet. This road would have taken us straight back to the farmhouse. Leaf Snap called this Roosevelt weed. And here are some more of those funny bulbs in the bottom of a pine tree. Swamp water et al. Back at the farmhouse, where Grant Chesney found more fat lighter. And I found another frog. Oh, and I failed to mention the trailer trouble. That happened in Sandersville before we even got to the farm on Friday. Once again, luck was on our side. We knew immediately after leaving Harvey's that we had lost a wheel from the trailer. In less than a quarter of a mile, we turned around and came back and picked up our tire. And a few minutes later, we pulled in to inspect what had happened and sent pictures to the kids. We made it back safely with the trailer.